Hello, Scorpio, and welcome to Fifi and Gigi's Tarot readings. Thank you so much, Scorpio, for joining me. I hope you're all doing absolutely amazing. So, Scorpio, let's get real. Is this connection real, or are there too many red flags? So, let's get started, Scorpio. We're going to be finding out the truth behind this connection, how you feel about this connection versus how your person feels. Is this relationship healthy? What is unhealthy? All the red flags. So, we're going to be covering quite a lot here today, Scorpio, with the connection between you and your person. But of course, I always say, take what only resonates with you, and what doesn't, just leave it behind. Okay. What does Scorpio need to know, please, regarding this connection? Don't forget also, Scorpio, that this Saturday I will be doing the All Signs bonus tarot reading. So don't forget to also tune in this Saturday for your bonus tarot reading. What's the energy, please? Behind the deck, we do have the Knight of Cups, Five of Cups, and also the Fool here. There's some sort of offer coming here, Scorpio, but at the same time, there's a bit of hurt, there's a little bit of regret here, there's emotional sadness, but you also have the Fool telling you to take that leap of faith and go for it. Okay, let's have a look. Telling you to go for it. What else? There's like almost an indecision here. The Two of Swords. There's almost like a moment where it's like you're a little bit unsure about your person sometimes, whether to take them on their offer, to go ahead, to proceed forward. It's like I feel like there are moments, Scorpio, where you're saying your heart is saying yes, but your head is saying no sometimes because there's an imbalance here. I feel like there's an imbalance in this relationship already. Let's see how you feel, Scorpio. Let's find out. So you do have the Page of Pentacles. So this is good. I do like the Page of Pentacles, and you're learning quite a lot about yourself, about your person, about the situation here. This card is also telling you, Scorpio, to keep yourself grounded. Look at this. Now, I feel that you already do that because you kind of like look at this situation from a logical standpoint. You know, I feel that you look at this situation, the connection, you don't just see it with blind eyes and, oh, look at me, I'm in love. No, on the contrary, you look at it responsibly because at the same time, I feel like you're still learning a lot, still about your person, about life in general. You're learning quite a lot. And yes, this relationship does make you excited sometimes. There are moments where you feel great too in this relationship. You know, a Page of Pentacles is always suggesting small messages. You know, the messages are small, but the interaction is great. Let's look at your person. How do they feel about this connection, please? The world, nice. They feel on top of the world when they are around you, Scorpio. So both of you really bounce off each other quite well. And with the Wheel of Fortune, it's like your person, their life is actually turning, it's actually moving forward. See, you're holding on to the pentacle. Your person now, they're on top of the wheel where things are finally starting to move. So I feel, especially with your person, they feel on top of the world. They feel amazing. And the Wheel of Fortune, they feel quite lucky to have known you because think about fortune, luck, divine timing. You know, it's been at the right place at the right time. So they're feeling very fortunate, very a lot of gratitude to have met you, Scorpio. But let's have a look. What is healthy about this relationship? Mm. What is healthy is the Queen of Swords, communication. Speaking honestly, speaking the truth, not lying, not holding back. When we speak our truth, this is what makes the relationship very healthy. At the same time, the sword is pointing down. She has her head above the clouds, above the mountains. So we bring a lot of logic to this relationship. That's what it is. We bring a lot of logic. What is the reality of this relationship? But most of all, both of you have this emotional intelligence where you think before you speak. Because that's what the Queen of Swords does. She thinks before she speaks. She doesn't bring a lot of emotions to the table, so not everything has to be too emotional. Both of you bring logic behind everything. Not everything is based on our emotions. We have to always make a decision on how we feel. No, we make sometimes decisions on logic too, which is absolutely great. But communication is the key word here. This is what keeps the relationship healthy. But let's look at what is unhealthy, or what are the red flags, please? The Justice card. So sometimes the Justice card, the scales can be a little bit unbalanced. So justice can, when we look at the red flags, we're talking about something that is injustice. We're talking about something that causes an imbalance too. So, of course, we definitely need to clarify the Justice card. That is Libra energy. So think about something that's injustice happening in the relationship right now, that is causing an imbalance, that is causing a situation where communication isn't great, we're not getting along. So something that's injustice in the relationship. Okay. What is the potential for the future, please? We have the devil here. Okay. So the devil here can show, it has a couple of meanings here. If you look at the bottom right here, we have the devil pulling the strings on someone here. So who is pulling the strings? We have a mastermind here, someone that may sometimes, yes, the devil can show its shadow selves. Is your person pulling the strings in this relationship? Are they manipulating the situation? Sometimes even the devil, it's not always a deal breaker with the devil. The devil can also show sometimes when there are two people that are so in love that they forget about their other responsibilities. They forget about work, family, because they're so kind of like not, and that's the word obsessed isn't correct, but they're just kind of like obsessed with each other and they forget about everything else. So we've got to be careful with the devil card. We've got to find the right balance here. We've got to have the right balance when it comes to family, friends, career, money, everything. So, what's the advice, please? And the guidance for Scorpio, please? What's the advice? The Hanged Man. So, the Hanged Man can show that we're not moving forward nor backwards. We're a little bit suspended upside down. So, what can we do about that? The Hanged Man tells us to now think outside the box a bit. What else haven't you done? What else haven't you tried? It's all about adapting now. We need to adapt because the way we are going, no, we need to change our ways. We need to change it completely. You're going to be getting messages from above, from your spirit team. They will be sending you messages, ideas, signs. It can be a music that you may listen to. It literally can be anything. Just pay attention to all the things that are around you, your environment, your surroundings. Make sure you pay attention because you're going to be receiving signs. But it's okay. Scorpio, we are going to clarify. We're going to find out more about this situation, this connection. What else do we need to know, please? For Scorpio, please. What is it that we need to know? The Page of Pentacles, also with the Ten of Wands. Interesting. Sometimes the connection with this person can feel a little bit too much. Like you've got the weight of the world on your shoulders. It can feel sometimes a little bit stressful. This is giving you a heads up, Scorpio. Just slow down because you're going towards a burnout. You don't want that. And I feel like you're trying your best. You're doing everything that you can with this connection, but there's too much pressure on you. So just slow down a bit. with the Ten of Wands. There's too much going on. So just make sure you keep grounding yourself. It's really important that you do that. And just learn. Don't repeat the same things over and over again. Try to do things differently so you don't feel there's too much pressure on your shoulders here. So there may be pressure in the relationship. Is your person pressuring you to change, or does your person have some unrealistic expectations on what should a boyfriend be? What should a girlfriend be? How should a wife interact, or how should a husband interact? So is there a little bit of unrealistic expectations that your person is expecting from you? This could be a reason why we have the Ten of Wands, where we're just, there's a bit of pressure on us. No, don't allow this pressure. Learn from this, because no one should change you. Scorpio, you are perfect as you are. In fact, I always say, I've said this in other past readings, don't poke Scorpio. Just, it's so simple. Don't. Because Scorpio will protect their family, Scorpios will protect their partners, but don't betray a Scorpio. It's as simple as that. So, Scorpio, don't allow there to be pressure on you. Let's look at your person. Wheel of Fortune, Three of Cups. They do love and enjoy your company. Absolutely. They love having fun around you. You are fun to be around with, Scorpio. There's something about you. And again, the Three of Cups, that's celebrations, it's enjoyment. There's so much going on here. And they're very proud of you too. You know, they absolutely love this connection. You love too this connection too, Scorpio, but there's a bit of pressure on you. That's all I want to add. It's just giving you a heads up. Let's look at the Queen of Swords. So communication is key. The Queen of Swords also clarified with the Queen of Swords. How interesting is that? And you saw me shuffle these cards. I can't believe we got the Queen of Swords again, twice. And again, there's a huge emphasis on, of course, communication, but also the present and also the future. Not so much the past, the present and also the future. Communication about what's going on now and what do we want for the future? Where are we going towards? We also have the Page of Wands too. So communication and even messages are very, very important. This is what makes the relationship healthy, because both of you are very straight when it comes to what you have to say. No one's holding back here. I notice how we make this relationship healthy. Everybody in this situation are very open and truthful when it comes to communication. However, though, if we look at the red flags, there is injustice here. Tell me about the injustice, please. Five of Pentacles. There's something going on here. So, a couple of things are coming up. Scorpio, is your person involved in a legal situation at the moment with the Justice Department? Because I feel that there is a lot of money that's going towards something legal, something dealing with a lawyer, and it's hemorrhaging money quite a lot. It's hemorrhaging, it's going there. Another thing that is coming up, the injustice can show an imbalance. So sometimes what's very unhealthy about this relationship, does your person, if there are moments of trouble, does your person reject you to the point that they don't want to talk to you, that they can't be in the same room with you, or they leave? And Scorpio, sometimes you may feel rejected, you feel very hurt, you feel left out in the cold when things fall apart, when there are arguments, when there's a bit of negativity in the relationship. So that's what's coming up here. Either there's an issue in the legal department, or when the relationship is experiencing an imbalance of high negative energy, we feel Scorpio rejected, we feel left out in the cold. Because sometimes, and you have to remember, the fact that the Queen of Swords has come out double in this reading, it can show the acid tongue, where words that are spoken can be quite hurtful, very cold. And Scorpio, sometimes you can feel those words quite hurtful. Words can definitely have power, absolutely. The way certain people say things, there could be even some passive aggressive communication too, that it's not good. No. So that's very unhealthy. Those are the red flags of this relationship. Let's look at the devil, please. Ah, the fool. The fool. I would definitely say moving forward to be very careful because the future can show that someone, especially your person, can be a little bit foolish too. They don't think about their actions, they don't think about the consequences of their actions. And yes, their actions, the way they do things, can get them into trouble because we have the fool. The fool, along with the devil, in other words, it's someone that doesn't really think about the consequences. And sometimes their actions, yes, can cause problems. It can cause a lot of it just can cause a lot of problems. So I feel like even you, Scorpio, you need to have that conversation with your person so they can learn from their mistakes. So they don't keep repeating it. See, you're already learning, Scorpio, from yourself. You're learning from the situation. And I do wonder, does your person learn from themselves? I see that they're really happy, they're partying, they're having a really good time, but sometimes they may just react. And we don't want that. No. So for the future, this is giving you a heads up. Don't allow your person to spiral out of control. Make them very aware of their behavior because, last thing you want is for the toxic energy to grow because your person acts a bit foolish. In other words, they don't think about their actions. They just do what they feel sometimes. They just need to stop for a moment and think because, again, when we look at the fool is, along with the devil, someone that just does things, very impulsive. They just do things. And no, that needs to change here. The hanged man is telling you to think outside the box, Scorpio, and you will definitely. So don't worry so much about the hanged man. That's going to be something very, very temporary. You have the Knight of Swords. That is mental clarity. Mental clarity gives you the powers and the tools to move forward, to release yourself from the hanged man of feeling stuck, feeling that you cannot break free when you can. You also have the Nine of Pentacles. This is excellent. So the Nine of Pentacles, your own confidence is going to really, really grow. You're going to be in a really good place, Scorpio. So look at this. You're moving away from the 10. You're going towards the Nine of Pentacles. That shows that you're really going to grow. You're going to mature, Scorpio. In other words, you're going to have your life together because you've actually going to work on yourself to be better, to improve your self-esteem and your confidence. Your person's going to see this and they may just learn something from you, which is fantastic. Now, I want a jumping card for this. I want more information regarding the Fool and the Devil, please. What else can you tell me regarding? What else can you tell me, please, regarding the Fool and the Devil? What else do we need to know? I want more information regarding that. Yeah, Three of Wands too. So again, Three of Wands, that is the card of delays too. The person is ready to get out there to explore. Eight of Wands. Okay, there's going to be some good news coming. There will be some good news. I feel like your person just needs to remain positive. Think before they act. So do not act so impulsively. They need to learn from you, Scorpio. Because again, Scorpio, you don't just act impulsively. You don't just do things without thinking. No, you kind of like to think things through. I feel like your person just needs to learn that a little bit more. Other than that, this relationship definitely has potential here. It still has potential to grow, still has the potential to create a great future. And just your person just needs to learn to be a little bit more better when it comes to their words. Because I feel like their words can be a little bit too strong and a little bit like hurting. I don't feel like they realize sometimes their words can cause a bit of pain. There could be an injustice. Show me more about this injustice. Actually, what else? Tell me more about that, please. Oh, okay. Yeah, Seven of Pentacles too. Seven of Pentacles. So if this continues, it can damage the long-term relationship because this is the card of investment. Now, some of you, like I said, just take what resonates with you. I feel like perhaps your person did a bad investment with the Seven of Pentacles. And yes, it could be a loss of money, or again, because there is an imbalance here and your person can sometimes act impulsively or say hurtful things. If they continue doing that, yes, it could definitely change the future. Something long term, it can grow into something more short term. So, yes, your person definitely needs to be able to change this, not continue this sort of behavior. And they do need to learn a lot more. Everything that has happened to this point, they need to stop now and not look at it as a failure, but look at it as feedback. What's the feedback, and learn from it. And I feel like you're going to be a great teacher too, Scorpio, to them. Somehow you're going to be influencing their life. And they need to let go of this devil too. That's their shadow self. Their shadow self isn't serving them nothing at all. They need to release the fool, the devil too, and go towards the Eight of Wands. So yes, Eight of Wands shows are going to be really, really great news. And remember, Scorpio, you're going to get away from this stuck energy. You'll be moving forward, because this is showing that, especially the Nine of Pentacles, this is showing someone like you, Scorpio, someone that's very independent, someone that's comfortable in their own skin. They can create their own money. You're literally your own boss here, because you've come so far to this very, very point that, again, you're just going towards improving, improving, and improving, Scorpio. That's amazing. So I feel like, yeah, your person could learn so much from you. Thank you so much, Scorpio, for joining me. Have an amazing day. And of course, I'll see you at the next reading. Bye for now.